Welcome, everybody. Tonight is Tuesday, July 29th. It's about 7 o'clock. Tonight we have a Planning and Zoning Commission meeting with a general meeting, and public hearings. We also have an executive session. So without further ado, let's get started right into it. The first item in the agenda is executive session with Town Counsel for proposed stipulated judgment. Can I entertain a motion to go into executive session?
For the purpose of discussing litigation?
That's not what it says. It says stipulated judgment.
Well, but it's litigation. FOIA thinks of litigation.
Okay.
Claims.
Correct.
I hate to be a lawyer.
I'm just reading what's on the page.
I know.
I'll make a second.
You made the motion, made second. All in favor? All right, let's go into executive session. Karen, ready to go into the room down the hallway? You can just chill out here for a little while. Right? All you folks and spectators.
Listen to some music.
TV7, I'll put this on hold. We're going to a general meeting now. Possible vote to modify stipulation in connection with 3 Parklands Drive stipulated judgment. We don't have anything to modify.
We're not modifying the stipulated judgment, but you could, at the end of the meeting, go into other business to modify the original resolution.
Okay, we'll do that. Another business. All right. Next up on the agenda, flood damage prevention application number 438, land filling regrading application number 546, also known as PL 23-34, Soloway, 9 Crane Road. Request an extension of time to commence the project. We got a letter in our file from Attorney Mazin, I think, to Jeremy.
Yeah, it was
They're a year behind schedule. They kind of sort of started. I said we just give them 6 months.
So moved.
Well, I don't know if 6 months, it's an issue relative to FEMA. I mean, you could certainly give 6 months if you want to get the building permit. The building permit's waiting in our office.
Right.
We're waiting for a decision from FEMA.
Okay.
How much did they ask for?
They didn't ask for anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
We place our short extension next public hearing.
Right.
Because they already got a year,
Short
and
extension.
everything's, the demolition person was filed, it was completed.
Yep,
Something
demolition's
else
complete.
online, filed April 15th, they're just waiting for something to go.
Yep.
If you can get it done in 6 months.
So we certainly.
Is there still FEMA?
She exists.
Okay, yeah, 6 months.
All right.
6.
You made a motion at 6 months. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor? 6 months extension.
6 months.
Okay. Next item on the agenda. I can't see tonight for some reason.
You want me to read it?
I got it. Amendments to Darien Planning Zoning
Glasses on right
Regulations. That's a different one. Amendment to Darien Planning Zoning Regulations, COZR number 2-2025, also known as PL 25-76, put forth by the Town of Darien Planning and Zoning Commission. Clarification regarding Commission's intent to modify sections 873 as part of its July 15, 2025 adoption of the zoning regulation amendment put forth. Should I open the other one now, or you want to do them separately?
I'll probably do them separately
Okay.
to make it as clear as possible what we're doing.
In our packets, we got a letter from Jeremy, or a memo from Jeremy, explaining that there were some Scrivener's errors in, this is number 2,
This is
right?
number 2, yeah.
No, this script, number 2 is the second one.
No?
But no, he did it backwards on this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I put them in, or at the attachments in the wrong order.
Yeah,
So the
that's
first
right.
one is 104, 108 Old Kings Highway,
Right,
where,
But
yeah.
we're talking about the second one now.
okay.
We're talking about the
smoke shop.
the smoke shop one.
Yep, put forth by the commission, there was the proposals were put forth, and in paragraph 4, we talk about, hey, the commission wanted to change the reference to section 873. You had talked about it, put together the proposal, Jeremy. We referenced it in number 4, but when you look on pages 4 and 5 and 6, it's not in there.
Oh, it did make it.
It didn't make it in the, hey, here's the change we're approving.
Okay.
So when Fred and I got back to the office a couple Wednesdays ago, we're like, oh no, it's not in here, even though the commission put it forth. Paragraph 4 says, yes, we intend to change it. It didn't make it in.
And we
It was
talked
just
about,
a change of, I think, one word.
yeah, we talked about that you, we had a lot of discussion relative with Mrs. Barsanti with regards to the timing of the
Yeah.
people were notified.
Yeah.
Will we push the date off of that?
Mhm.
Yes, that's, right, page one, we changed the effective date, but we never were clear on how the commission wished to handle the change to section 873, the reference to the new state DEP.
Okay, so
Guidelines.
you're gonna add a new paragraph?
It would be on page 6, right before where we say amend sections 880 and 885.
Yep,
Because we're modifying 873, we would go right in the middle of page 6, add that paragraph right there as put, it would be the same way as it was put forth by the commission itself
Yep.
in the original design.
okay.
But we wanted to make that clear and get an official vote from you that that is the corrected, that would be the corrected adopted resolution.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna give us another draft of this next week, or are we just gonna do it?
No, I would say if you want to vote on it, and I can email you what the final would look like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it would look very much like the original proposal, but let's do that.
This is general meeting, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so can I get a motion to do that? Adam makes a motion, Amy makes a second. All in favor? Please add that to this resolution dated July 15, 2025.
Change and email change to commission,
Okay. As
And you-
amended.
4-0.
Yep, okay. Next.
Prejudice to my standing opposition.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. You said yes. You
Oh, I
voted
wouldn't
yes.
do that. No, I was aware.
Thank you.
I was aware. Just
Uh,
a technicality.
Yep. Amendment to zoning regulations, COZR number 1-2025, put forth by Old Kings Highway North 104 LLC and Old Kings Highway North 108 LLC, also known as PL 25-79. Clarification regarding commission's intent to not modify sections 906.4, 945, and 945.2 as part of the July 15th, 2025 adoption of the zoning regulation amendments put forth, thereby confirming that the only sections being approved for the change are those sections put forth by the applicant. Okay, so that is pages, 5 and 6 in your memo?
5, 6, and 7. Actually, just 6 and 7. Again, here, it was the simple fact that I had track changes on, and I pasted something in, deleted it, and then realized, oh, I pasted in a section that shouldn't even be in there. And I showed you, so it was just a Scrivener's error in terms of showing you something to be removed that was never put forth by Wilder,
Yeah.
never reviewed
Yeah.
by the commission. It was simply
Yeah.
dropped in there in
Yeah.
error.
So we're striking out this blue,
The landscape
906.4,
area.
non-residential
Exactly.
zones,
Yep.
landscape
Yep.
parking,
Yep, had nothing to do with that.
Perfect.
And 945 too.
and 945.2 at the end, open streams. which is
Correct.
nothing to do with this.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yep, well,
All right,
fine with that.
strike it.
And that is, where is that on here?
Pages 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
Keep going, six, all this stuff, this, landscape, and then there's, on the next page, streams, open streams.
Fantastic, okay. And as noted in the memo from Jeremy, showing any changes to other sections, it was strictly a Scrivener's error. Thank you. All right, can I get a motion to make that amendment to it? Amy makes the motion for a second. Adam makes a second, all in favor?
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Sorry for the confusion.
No problem. 1, 2, let's go this one, this one's gone. Next, now we're gonna go into the public hearing. First item on the agenda is flood dam prevention application number 457, also known as PL 25-66, by or Sell Realty LLC at 65 Hecker Avenue. Proposes to construct additions and make alterations to the existing single-family dwelling, converting the basement into a crawl space, construction of a new deck, and a portion to portion related site development activities within regulated areas, within a regulated area, including demolition of existing detached garage. The 0.37 plus mark acre subject property is located on the north side of Hecker Avenue, at its intersection with Frate Court and shown as Assessor's map number 39 as Lot 1 in the R1 zone. This application was withdrawn by the applicant.
This application is currently before the Zoning Board of Appeals and was withdrawn by the applicant because of statutory time limitations for the commission to open the hearing on this. So it's likely the commission will see a different iteration of this project in a few months, perhaps later this fall, we'll see.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. Next item on the public hearing, public hearing. Coastal Site Plan Review number 388, Flagstone Prevention Application number 455, Land Filling and Regrading Application number 589, also known as PL 25-84, William and Annemarie Cimowsky? Sorry about that. Cimowsky. 1 Coves and Road, proposes to construct a new pool and patio area and form related site development activities within regulated areas, including the installation of stormwater management. The 1.16 plus acre subject property was located on the east side of Coves End Road at its intersection with Cross Road and shown on Assessor's map number 67 as Lot 88 in the R1 residential zone. Gentlemen, what do you got?
This application was submitted in conformance with sections 810, 820, and 850 of the Darien Zoning Regulations under a coastal site plan, flood damage prevention, and landfilling and regrading regulations. The application was referred out to Joe Canis of Ty and Bond. He submitted comments for the record dated June 10th, and most recently today, July 29th, in his memo of today, he notes that all outstanding comments have been addressed from his perspective. Was also referred out to the Health Department. The Director of Health, Mindy Chambrelli, submitted an email for the record dated May 21st, noting septic plan review would be needed by the Health Department. We understand from the Health Department that those plans have been submitted and, if not already approved, are currently under review. This application also went before the Zoning Board of Appeals. The ZBA issued an approval for a portion of the project, including an addition to the north side of the residence, which encroaches into the setback. The ZBA approved that application on July 23rd. In addition to the pool and patio areas proposed as part of this application, as I mentioned, a small addition to the north side of the house, which is for an elevator and stairway to serve the second and third levels of the house. The property is entirely within the flood zone, so it's important that each of the components of the application, including the addition of the house and the new pool, are fully compliant with the flood regulations. Tonight we have Jim Cassutis here of Cassutis Engineering to present the application to the commission.
Welcome, sir. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. Jim Cassutis with Cassutis Engineering.
Nice
I
to see you again.
think Mr. Donay explained the whole project for you, but
Man, you
we'll go in a little
earn your money.
in a little more detail. So if we're going to start from the smallest part of this application, well, let's take it a step back. We had originally submitted an application without the addition, just the pool, and we'll go into a little more details, but just in general, just the pool and some patio and the drainage associated with that. And then the owners decided to do a little addition. We call it an addition because it is a footprint expansion, but there's no living space provided. It's just the elevator, and the existing staircase was in the portion of the house that the elevator is being proposed now is being relocated on the perimeter of the elevator. So in this plan here, It is just that little square box that we can see right at the north end of the house. The existing residence sits in this whole area here. So the proposal here, the majority of the work that will happen to the property is a proposed pool on the southern end of the house with associated patios, regrading to create a flat area for the pool, a drainage system, sediment erosion controls, an access point for construction purposes. As Mr. Donut mentioned earlier, we submitted to the health department for a septic reserve area approval. And the existing septic fields are in this area. So there's not a lot of room here on the property. Cove's End Road is here. The property is on the corner of Cross Road and Cove's End Road. Pound Gut, which is part of the Long Island Sound, is along the east and southeast. So with the house, the driveway, ledge outcropping, there's only one real area. In the septic fields, there's only one real area for the pool to be located. It is in a flood zone, but the pool design has been provided, and it shows 2 hydrostatic valves on the bottom of the pool in case the floodwaters rise enough for the pool not to be picked up out of the ground. And as Mr. Donat had mentioned, that the new addition, although there's no new living space per se included, it still needs to meet FEMA requirements. All the mechanicals have to be above the flood elevation plus 1 foot. And we will provide plans and documents and specs before the building department submission.
So how do you do that with the elevator? It goes down without going into the?
It has to be at rest above, so.
When it rests, it automatically rests on the second level, let's say, if the first level is the lower level. So, and normally there's no enclosed below grade space allowed, but because of the elevator car, I think that's the word for it.
Right.
There's gonna be a little depression underneath it for the
Like 6 inches or
the
something.
box to sit in.
Because they just put an elevator in the flood zone over at Sedgwick. That's
I believe so, and the Tokenie Club.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, that's what it rests, okay.
Yeah.
Just makes it more expensive. I mean, that was approved by ZBA, so we're fine with it.
Correct. So if the power goes out and the car rests on the first floor, not the lower floor, it's not
It's your
damaged.
$50,000 elevator.
So it better be designed right.
It's your problem.
Right. Not mine personally, but yes.
Okay.
So any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
The big thing is you're taking out a ledge rock for the pool?
Yes.
right? How long is that gonna take, and what are we doing? We chipping, we hole ramming, we blasting?
No blasting. The contractor's saying they can ram it out.
Okay.
If I have to assume, within a week, or
You need 7 days of ramming? Hole ramming?
most likely. A
And
lot of times, some of that ledge is soft, where the bigger machine can remove it. And when we do soil testing for drainage purposes, they bring a smaller machine out there. So in some cases, when the bigger machine comes to dig the pool, they may be able to remove most of the ledge. So that's a lot less hammering, but
So you need a week of hoe ramming?
a week or so, yes.
Okay, a week or so, or just a week? What we say, 6 days?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Hard bargain. All right. I just don't want the neighbors going crazy if there's a guy there digging a hole
For a month.
for a month. Okay. And just give us a quick overview of the design of the Cultec systems and all that. And again, there's no fence around, I know I keep bringing it up, I think you have a fence around pools, but you don't need a fence anymore because it's got electric cover.
For now.
No, I thought they repealed it.
Yeah, I think it's back.
It's back now. You need the fence.
Well, that's brilliant. So,
Maybe October 1 or something.
Oh, yeah.
So,
is there a fence around this
I
pool?
thought that was
now?
part of the legislative package they voted.
There is no fence as proposed. I think they're bringing back the regulation that or they're
So you're
taking
trying to
away
get it-
basically the new regulation.
You trying to get us approval before September 30th?
Well,
I'm hoping.
wouldn't it be tied to the completion of the CO? Wouldn't the
Right, they're gonna have to
the
come up with a
standard
fence.
be held then?
And what's interesting is sometimes people use a stockade fence for a pool. That's tough in a flood zone because flood water can, whereas wrought iron or something that water chain link with slats in it, water can flow freely in and out. So that could be to be determined, if you will. One of the issues here, of course, is this unique shaped lot. We have a front yard on Cove's End Road, and it's not shaped. I mean, certainly something that the applicant can work out with us, whether it's just gonna be around the pool or around the whole property or whatever it may be.
And that standard would be applied at the time of completion when they're seeking their CO. right?
Correct. It's what standards in effect at the
Yeah.
time.
If I may just add, I think the situation is at the time of permitting,
Yeah,
whatever the regulation is at the time of permitting, not the CO.
right. So I don't know what it will be when the permits, so I guess we'll wait and see.
But if we do come back with the fence, we will work with staff to make sure that it's FEMA compliant.
So you guys okay if we make that as a condition of approval?
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, it's a safety thing, which falls under us, but it's a building department thing.
I
'Cause
think it's already in place. I think
Yeah.
it's July 1. Quick Google tells me July 1.
If it's July 1, that's going, that's passed.
Dude,
Fence.
come back next week,
Yeah.
the fence. So you want, do you want to handle it?
Yeah, I think we can find a way to make it work.
It's probably gonna be a see-through fence with like aluminum crates inside concrete pits, because right now there's no fence, so they wouldn't put up a wooden stockade fence, you can't see through.
Yeah, the enjoyable part is being able to sit in the pool and
Right, look at the house. You know, vice versa. It's got to do with that thing.
So, work it out.
Okay, all right, we'll make that a condition of approval.
Yep.
So, let's go over, Joe Canis, is he here?
Joe is not here.
Okay, you want to act like Joe Canis and go over his memo? Let's go over Joe Canis's memo, make sure you did everything right.
And it did sign off on it today.
Yep, earlier today.
So what did Canis say?
Water service, infiltration testing.
Site plan, address, testings and do, applicant's engineer
Yeah.
put most routes down, so therefore trees trees may be able to be salvaged. So you keep, how many trees are you taking out for this?
They're gonna try to keep as many as possible. There are two major trees that are close. They're on the outside of the drainage system, but they wanna
Where are
prune
they
those,
again?
but keep them.
These two guys.
These two guys right here.
These two guys. They're trying to keep them. That's the ones in Joe's memo.
Okay. Is there any landscaping or bushes around this thing? Around this pool? All right, so you may keep those. Two stockpiles, okay.
That's just a patio.
No. With hammer, we are about no blasting, okay. And there's no screening or bushes or anything proposed around this pool?
Not at this point.
So when I go to Tokenie Club and I go down Cross Road, we'll go over and see people hanging out in the pool, okay?
No,
You won't see it from Crossroad.
The
Yeah,
topography
this
is.
is I make this left-hand turn all the time.
You won't see it from there.
You won't see it from there.
No?
No.
Yeah. It's blocked by the house. I don't go that way. Okay. Joe Canis is not here, so Joe's okay. Would anybody in the general public to speak to this application? Anybody from Crossroads? Okay. That's it. We miss anything? It's simple. Wait, okay. I would entertain a motion to close. Adam makes a motion. George makes a second. All in favor? Okay, hearing's closed.
Thank you very much.
All right. We might get to it tonight, but I don't know. We can get to it without you if we wanted to.
You can deliberate on it.
Yeah, without you.
Let's do it.
We don't vote on it. All right, next item up on the agenda, land filling regrading application number 592, also known as PL 25-112, 259 Noroton LLC at 259 Noroton Avenue. Proposes to raise the existing residence and construct a new single-family dwelling with a new driveway and perform related site development activities, including regrading the property, installation of stormwater management. The 0.37 plus minus acre subject property is located on the west side of Noroton Avenue, approximately 115 feet north of its intersection with Chestnut Street, and is shown on Assessor's map number 21 as lot 128-129 in the R1/3 zone. This house is gone, right?
No.
This house is not gone, no.
No,
Has
it's
not
overgrown.
been demoed yet.
Okay. Jeremy, Fred, what do we got?
This application was submitted in conformance with section 850 of the Darien Zoning Regulations under our land filling regrading regulations. The application was submitted to and peer reviewed by Joe Canis of Ty & Bond. Mr. Canis submitted comments for the record dated July 23rd, July 28th, and most recently today, July 29th, noting that several minor remaining comments could be addressed as conditions of approval. The application was also referred out to the building department. The building official, Mike Vitti, submitted an email for the record dated July 8th, noting no issue with the application. The applicant also approved or applied for a new curb cut on Noroton Avenue. Department of Public Works issued a new curb cut permit on June 25th.
Is that the new guy, Anthony Tacone?
Yep.
Correct.
He replaced with Darren?
I
Nope.
works with them.
Yeah, he
Okay.
works with Darren, exactly.
Okay.
A lot of grading in the rear yard proposed. A relatively small house on the property now is being replaced with a much larger property or much larger residence and associated hardscape, including the driveway. They note on their zoning location survey and site plan that the coverage is exactly 20%, which is the maximum allowed in all of our residential zones in town. So very close and tight on the coverage.
Someone's gonna tell me how you get existing versus proposed, you add 1 square foot. They got one more piece of land, 1 more square foot of land. Okay, keep going.
So the property owners are here this evening, along with our engineer Wayne DeVonzo of Fairfield County Engineering, to present the details of the application and answer some questions that I know you have.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Just state your name and affiliation for the record.
For the record, my name is Manish Lolla and Archana Prabhu.
I'm Archana Prabhu Desai.
Nice to
We
meet you.
represent 259 Noroton LLC, the developing entity for the said lot.
Okay. So what are you gonna do here?
We're proposing, just as a quick introduction, we're, once again, very happy to be here and thank you for accommodating us on this commission review tonight.
You're welcome.
Archana and I have a newly formed partnership to develop residences in Darien, and we would like to do really high quality work in Darien. We're very collaborative with P&Z. We work very closely and we try to get advice as much as we can, and we work with the neighbors to make sure that we do a good job and everybody's happy. So
One of my good friends lives right next door. He's a short guy named Jody. He's a good guy.
Oh, yes, Jody Dosty. We met him as well, yeah. We met him. And so we've spoken with our neighbors just to get their perspective. But big picture, this project is going to be a single-family residence, about 5,500 square feet above ground. And it's a 3-car garage, about 5.5, 6 bedrooms. The 6th bedroom is going to be a smallish bedroom, could be an office next to the master primary suite. There's going to be roughly 2,900 square feet on each floor. The first floor has a garage. The basement is basically going to be partially finished only for a lounge area, and then a partially finished attic area. So that's the plan right now. We've tried to ensure that we are doing the minimal amount of regrading. The only two places where we absolutely had to do regrading was at the right-of-way when we connect to Noroton Avenue coming into the driveway. There's a bit of a drop in the elevation that we had to connect the driveway for.
It's a big drop in elevation, right?
It's 2 feet.
2 feet.
139 to 137. And then in the back, there is some regrading happening because the topography is not very easy to work with. It's a very challenging topography. It's a very steep lot. And also the current house that sits there has a walkout patio, which is basically going from your, grade plane at a 136 to almost at a 130. So you have to fill up all that so that it's a smooth topography flowing downwards. So that's the key reason where you see a lot of grading or regrading happening there. But besides that, it's mostly trying to gentle out that slope as much as we can. So it's easier for the homeowners, the new homeowners, to kind of walk rather than having to, trek down stairs.
So you're gonna build it and sell it?
Yeah.
Is this your first house in town?
No, this is our second project in town. I'm glad you asked.
Where was your other one?
12 Henry Street, LLC. 12 Henry.
12
Oh,
Henry.
Henry. Okay. Okay. 'Cause so you wrote the project narrative here, right?
Yes, we did.
Yes,
No offense, the most important guy to speak is the guy standing right next to you.
please.
Absolutely.
Because he's the guy that designed this. If it doesn't work, we're going after him.
We thought you would enjoy our.
Right, he's been here many
yeah.
times, and he usually does good stuff, so the pressure's on.
Yes, yes, it
'Cause
is.
this is steep, it's a steep lot.
It is a steep lot, yes.
My
Fairly
friends, I've
steep.
been to my friend's backyard many times for, we worked together 10 years ago. And you're right next door. So what are we doing in the front of the lot first with the driveway? There's a whole bunch of moving around with the driveway.
So for the record, Wayne DeVanzo, Fairfield County Engineering. So, yeah, in the front, we are grading down to, from the road to the garage. It is, I think, closer to a 3-foot difference in elevation,
So it goes from 138 to.
like 136, I think.
139.8.
Where are you? I'm here. Okay, from the street side.
139.8 to 137, 136.8.
Okay. And we're going into the garage from the front side, not from the back side.
From the side, yeah, right.
Going in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's a wall there, and then there's the grading in the back, 3-to-1 grading, accommodating the retention system. We are collecting the majority of the house roof and the entire driveway runoff and directing it to 12 units of Caltech 330 retention chambers.
And how far down are they in the property? Some of the other one?
How far down, I'm sorry.
Are they at the bottom, they're mid-slope, okay.
Yeah, they're about halfway between the house and the rear property line. So this system will reduce the runoff, the net runoff for the 2 through 50-year storms, and that is using the fresh meadow approach, meaning it's reducing it from if it were a vacant lot
Right.
today, which it is not.
It's just the regulation you have.
Which is the regulation, yeah. Yeah, so that is the system. It would overflow at the lowest cleanout, which is the cleanout in the northwest corner, I believe, of the house, to keep it as far away from really the property lines as we can. The system will not overflow with less than about a 10-year rainfall event, which is about 5 inches of rain in 24 hours. Anything under that, the chambers won't fill up.
Okay. The regulation's 50-year storm now, right?
Yes.
And Wayne's
2 through
looking at,
50.
the question Wayne's asking is, at what point will the Caltech system fill up?
Correct.
Correct, right. So even though it fills up, something like the 25-year storm, say, it's still, the net runoff is still reduced by the nature of retaining everything.
Right. But my concern is that it goes way down the back, because it goes from, 140 to 116.
Right.
It's a 25-foot drop.
Yeah, I mean, we're not changing the drainage pattern, and again, the net runoff is reduced from not only what's there today, but if it were a vacant lot. the retention
Right,
is.
but the house is gonna be 5,000 feet or 6,000 feet. It's 29 over 29, that's 5,800 square feet, 5 and 6 bedrooms, I think it's huge.
Yeah, we're collecting most of that runoff, yeah. And the entire driveway.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners on this one at this point?
I have some questions. George, you want to go first?
No, I'd rather learn from you.
So I have a question. The existing to proposed square footage of the lot area has changed by a square foot. Is that a typo?
I don't know what you're looking at, that,
I'm looking at
it's
the
something from the
revised.
surveyor, it might be on the drainage report, it's more than a square foot, it's more than a square foot, it's about 290 square feet, and the reason for that is we are accounting for the portion of the driveway from the property line to the curb, just to be conservative, and we are accounting for that and accounting for it going into the cul-de-sacs. So it's making the proposed area seem larger, or makes the
So
proposed
that,
area
but that's
larger.
for your
So
drainage
effectively,
reason.
you're
Right, it's for the drainage, yeah. So I don't know if that's something on the survey that's.
I'm talking on the survey itself.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
if I may jump in, there is a part of the driveway that is outside of our survey line, which is a town property. And we are collecting the water that is not.
I get that, it's got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
So what, Adam, you're talking about the Ottoman Kirby survey
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
dated June 23rd.
Dated
Alright.
June.
The existing size is 164,38,
24, yep.
and the proposed size is 164,39. It's a progress print, it's not, what I have, it's not stamped.
I'm sure it's a typo. Yes, we have the existing lot is 16,438 square feet.
38. And the other question is more for staff. When you take into account the size of the building coverage, it is over 20%. Marginally, but it's over. So it opens us up as a commission to say, well, we're rounding down. So do we round down at 20.5 and we round it down to 20? It's not 19.99998, it's 20.0001. So it's more than technically the coverage.
It's over 20%.
It's over 20% right now. It's just a little bit over by like 5 square feet, but it's over. And the next person could be like, well, we're at 20.1, it's just over by 12 square feet. Now, why, it sets us up to be non-exact.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen it over. It's usually 19.9.
Yeah. We've seen the building heights we've noted on other applications that go right up to 29.9. Right there, and we highlight you got an inch to work with here. You go 30.1 and you're ripping the whole thing down and redoing it. So I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, it's certainly a concern when you get a proposal that is right up against building height, building coverage, setback, because there's no wiggle room, so to speak, during the process to correct yourself.
And that was gonna lead to my next question is, it says building height is just less than 30 feet. On all of our other zoning maps, they always state the exact height.
Because you're also changing the average grade.
That's correct.
Which is a concern too.
So you don't know what the average grade is because you can't cite it, right?
And similarly, I think what one other is when they talk about finishing portion of the attic and basement, the zoning officer would look at the calculation to make sure that what they designed complies. But the zoning officer, it says here on this sheet, just one of the sheets, that the building height is 29 feet 4 inches. Should be okay, but we have to double check because it's a sloping site.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
Where's
then,
the mean
Kirby has some
dormer,
details
middle
here,
roof of
but
it?
I have not reviewed those details.
Yeah.
looking, because I'm looking at the ones, which one are you looking at, Stephen? You getting the original site plan?
No, the one all the way to the bottom, go all the way to the bottom.
The revised one?
Revised one, yeah, the one
This
based
one
on
here?
Joe's comments, the zoning box right on the top
Okay.
there.
And the setbacks are 10 feet, 10 feet .46 on one side, and I couldn't see what it was on the other side, but it's
The other
over.
side is not closed because you have the driveway to.
Is that
which is at least
25.76?
24. Yeah, at least 24.
It's gotta be 10 and 15, right?
Right, so it's at least 15. Front yard needs a minimum of 30, and they have 30.5. And the side yards are both fine, obviously, the rear yard is fine.
And the side yard is fine because the driveway is in the,
Right, driveway doesn't count.
he doesn't count.
Well, it says total of 2 is 36.22, so it means the other side is 25 feet, which shows you the 25.76.
25.76, yeah.
Yeah,
Here, right?
yeah.
Yep.
There's that, if you slide up, you can see the 10.46.
Yep.
Have we building any stone walls or anything like this, or rock walls or engineered walls on this thing?
There's the wall at the end of the driveway.
And where's that?
In back of the driveway before it goes down the stairs?
Right, yeah.
Right here.
And how high is that?
It should say on there, I think it's like 3.5 feet, I think.
Is it on the southern property line, Wayne?
Is
It
it just
is.
on the sides of the walls?
It is,
That wall there, I
Sides
thought
of
that
those
wall was
stairs.
shown there.
it's shown on a later plan, I think. Yeah.
Where are they building a stone wall by the
I
stairs?
think it's on, it's
The
the
top?
sides of the stairs.
The sides.
That little.
Yeah, right, yeah, the sides of the stairs.
Proposed
yeah.
stone, no,
Oh, this, the proposed stone retaining wall is going down the stairs.
Going down the stairs, yes.
You're saying
At the end, yeah. Well,
Stairs
it's
kind
a
of
small
covered,
wall
it's
there.
stone
Yes.
stairs. We make
That's,
it-
this is
Yeah.
just, I think, a curve, basically.
Make a wood stairs.
So it's this, yeah, it's a curve here, it's
Come
the
5
wall
feet,
here.
really, really need stairs, I guess.
Yeah, it's very steep.
136, it's a short wall, it's 136 down to
Just for my,
136.
Joe mentioned the 2H, 1B slope. I don't know what that is, but
That's yeah.
how steep is that? It's hard.
Where it goes 36.8 down to 30.05,
Yeah.
30.5. It's a 6-foot drop. That's actually not that much. And the other
So
one
your
goes,
concern is if there's a
Yeah.
way to reduce coverage, so to make it clearly under 20%,
Yeah.
would they have an in-field adjustment available to them?
I don't think you can do it now. You can skinny this up, you can
Yeah.
do it, you can do, all this is coverage. It's just a big, it's a 6,000 square foot house. It's a big house, plus the basement doesn't even count.
That's the square footage of the lot size, 3288. The house is on, or this is the minimum of that.
How big is the existing house now?
Square feet,
Existing is
700 square feet. I think.
it's 1,016 square feet of total, in total coverage.
Or that's the, I'm saying, well, how big's the house? The house is 700 square feet? So it's gone from 700 to
5,000,
5,000, it's actually 5,800.
yeah,
Would it be
6,000.
helpful to show you a picture?
I'm sorry?
Would it be helpful to show a
No,
picture?
that's not helpful, thank you.
Okay. George, do you have questions, sir?
Well, one of the things, I'm not sure I saw called out any drainage, curtain drains or anything of that sort. Am I missing those, or how do they get into the cul-de-sacs?
There's two, I'm sorry.
Yeah, please go
No,
ahead.
there's 2 drains in the driveway, collecting the runoff from the driveway.
Okay.
And then the roof is collected, by roof leaders, downspouts and roof leaders.
Is the piping system on here, how it goes from the house to the,
Yeah, it should be, yeah.
and which one?
Here, site plan.
That's the one, Steve, in the bottom right corner, it should say revised 728. You might not have that one.
I have 723.
The drainage should be on there, though.
So you
It,
can certainly pass this along.
I've revised 723 as well.
no.
Where is it?
We need, we just,
You got half of it. So this is 720.
revised 728.
So that's,
Right here,
There's one.
right here, 1, 2, 1,
where are you pointing to?
right here,
Oh, here's one on the driveway.
and the drive. 3, there should be 3, correct, Wayne?
I think there's two drains,
2 drains on the driveway.
and they connect to a coarse particle separator that is.
Right, I got
in the
that.
wall in there, yeah.
That's it, just those 2.
Where's the second one, the driveway?
Driveway grade 1?
Right,
Sort
where's the
of
second one?
Parallel to the property line. yeah.
Okay. There's one in the backyard. But
And there's one cul-de-sac that's separate from the major cul-de-sacs?
That's for the footing drain.
Footing drain from the overflow.
The footing drain from the house, yeah.
All right, I didn't have that on, I didn't have that.
And then when it comes off the house, it's here,
Is that one? No.
it should be here. Where does it come off the house, Wayne? You don't have any plans or anything?
For the, you mean for the roof leaders?
Yes.
It's, I think, the back 2 corners
Right
and
here.
the front right corner looking from the road.
And then this gap here.
Yeah.
That they're marked as CO?
Yeah, wherever
Here
there's
and here.
clean out, that's
Clean
the
out.
house.
There's another clean out up there.
1, 2,
And then here.
3, 4,
So there should be 4.
5. There's one here too, in the front yard.
What's that connected to?
What's the one in the front yard by the, like, it looks like it's near the front door?
Yeah, there's one in the front, on the front right-hand side, collecting that part of the roof, and then, so I guess there's a total of 4.
I got 1,
Sort of 3 on the
2,
back.
3, 4, 5. 2 driveway chains,
Right.
a coarse particle separator, another coarse particle separator, another coarse particle separator or junction box. Okay. And you think this cul-de-sac system's big enough for this house?
Yes.
Okay.
And there are enough drains into it for the flow down the backyard.
Right, yes, we're collecting, 3/4 of the roof, everything but the
But
front.
the sheet flow, as I think I've heard it referred to, down the backyard, there's only one drain to go into the cul-de-sac?
There's no yard drains, there's just,
Right.
we're just collecting the roof and the driveway.
Yeah, no, it seems
Wouldn't,
empty.
well,
Do you need yard drains? Because
No, I mean-
you're going from 136 down to 116, it's a 20-foot slope.
I understand, but it's also the existing condition, and we're collecting a lot of what is being built.
Right, I
so-
get it's an existing condition, but the house has changed.
Well, I know, but
You're
that's
going
accounting
from,
for
you're
the house.
going
I mean,
from,
It's all accounted for in
you're going from
calculation.
7% coverage to 20% coverage.
Yeah, and it's accounted for in the calculations.
That's a Kenneth's question.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
Amy, do you have any questions? Sorry.
No, my questions always kind of come back to Joe Canis's peer review and making sure we are good with his responses, and if there's any conditions of approval that he's recommending. That, of course, hearing from the neighbors. So there was a site plan, a peer review that was uploaded
Yeah,
today.
Let's go, I got it right here.
You have it right here?
Let
Yeah.
me grab that. Since we're gonna virtual Joe Canis, and then have Adam pitch in for it. July 29th, 2025, peer review. My number 6 came out blank. I don't know what that happened with that.
Yeah, that's the same on all of them. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Okay, just the
If you
one,
go to the back,
the one
There's
prior,
comments.
yeah.
I was just noting the plans that were submitted as part of the application, it wasn't a substantive comment.
Right, yeah.
Which would start on page 3 of his memo. And And the first, let's see, 1, 2, um, 4,
Retaining walls managed to, that's where this, where's this retaining wall?
7.
Retaining wall down the south side. If you look, they're gonna be putting directly.
It's on the south,
along
yeah,
the
the existing
property
south
line.
side, yeah.
They're gonna run a retaining wall down, and it's gonna go,
I have your plan, I'm sorry, Jeremy.
that's on the plan in front of you.
This thing?
Yeah, that's an existing retaining wall. That's on the south side of the,
Okay, the site plan now shows a retaining wall to manage a grade difference between two slopes that consistent with the architecture. The arrangement of the walls does not consistent with A12.
I think he was referring to the retaining walls around the patio in that
Mhm.
comment,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's referring to these. Yeah.
This.
Is there a retaining wall?
There's two shortish retaining walls around the patio, one on the north end, partially on the north end, and then on the southwest corner.
Yeah, and he's
southwest
just,
corner.
he's saying there is to, you know, as a condition of approval, just make sure the final site plan has it corrected and that they're consistent. Because there's an inconsistency.
It says top of wall 28, bottom of the wall 26.5. So
Okay.
that's a 2 foot, that's a 2.5 foot.
I think it's for the length of the wall.
Then the other one is 34 to 26, so what's that? That's 8 feet high, right? The wall on the south side of the patio? 34 minus 26.5 is 8.
It's 126.5 to 134, yeah, that's 7.5 feet, yeah.
So that's gotta be an engineered wall, right?
Yeah, it would have to be, yeah.
Do we have to put anything on top of that wall? Or is it on top of the fence?
Wayne, what is the, and I could be looking at the wrong plan, the patio's at 126.5?
That's right, yeah.
So, you're right, on the south side of that, it's at 134.
134, 132.
7 feet high?
Right at the stairs, sort of, and then it slopes down, yeah.
So what you're gonna be doing is sitting on
Patio thing.
the patio.
Looking
staring
up at a
at-
wall? Yeah.
In that
makes
corner,
sense.
yeah, it's flat, relatively, flat and open for the remaining 3/4 of the patio.
No, I get it. But so the patio's lower than the top of the wall by 8 feet. So what's the wall doing?
There's a
the
patio
walls.
with a deck above.
Yeah,
So is the
Yeah, right,
plan
there's-
to have the patio as a lower level and the deck on the?
Correct, right.
At the, yes, so
Yeah.
it's not that there's gonna be,
Open air above you.
Yeah.
It'll be a deck up
You're
on top.
sitting
Yeah.
in shade.
it'll be
Yeah.
engineered deck that, you know, has the proper railings, that will be 7 feet higher than the patio that's underneath it. It's like a 2-tier.
That's what my
That's the
phone
way I.
was. That's what my phone
interpreted it.
was.
That's what I interpreted.
My phone was gonna walk out basement
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a
Yeah,
patio
like that.
underneath
Yep.
and a deck above it.
So if I could, can I ask a question? Archana, on that deck
Yeah.
in the back,
Mm-hmm.
that is a deck on out of the second floor bedroom?
Of the kitchen, the
First floor kitchen, what about the second floor bedroom?
The primary bedroom, yes.
Okay.
So it's a double deck?
So, yeah, it's
It's 2 decks, yeah.
2 decks and then you're sitting at grade below that. But to me, that would be where if you need to shrink it a little
We
bit.
were going to address that comment, I think we can, yes. I
You can
think
just
we
take
that
off-
went over, it was an oversight, I think, on our part as we were designing. And we don't want to be over, so we will take
You
away
could
from
just
that,
slice it by a
yes.
foot
Yes, I
times,
think that makes sense.
you know,
20, yeah.
you're losing 20 square feet, but it does give
That
you the
brings us
wiggle room.
under, yeah, yeah.
So that would be the obvious place.
So we're having a grade level patio, a deck off the kitchen, and a deck off the second bedroom.
Yes, but we can use that to
That is
shave
a
off
rough
some of
encounter.
the coverage concern.
Okay, that's comment 1. Created wall is not expected to see the potential condition of the wall configuration between site owners should be consistent. Okay, got it. Conditional approval. Grading behind the home has been flattened to, what's 2H colon V1 mean? Wait,
The slope is 2 feet horizontal, 1 feet vertical.
okay, it's a drop.
Yeah, so it's actually
I
3
thought
to
it
1.
was supposed to be 7-1, no?
It's 3 to 1. Not sure what he's saying there, but it's, from the Cultex down, it's a 3 to 1 slope.
Although acceptable, 2 inches challenge to mow. So he's talking about his lawnmower going down. But
Yeah.
the lawnmowers now are robots. You just press a button. You buy
Yeah,
it
so
at Home
suppose
Depot.
these folks could have a robot. The current.
So what slope is he talking about?
The slope that's already there.
Yeah, I think he's
Not
talking about the
changing.
slope in the rear. Yeah, I think maybe that was an earlier version that had, it's now 3 to 1 anyway. From where you're seeing 120, 122 down to 116.
So 3 to 1 is 3 horizontal.
3 horizontal, 1
It's-
vertical.
They've leveled that off.
Yeah.
How many trucks of fill are you bringing in?
I'm not sure
What
about
is
the
the,
exact magnitude, but I think the cubic volume is on the progress print on the ZLS.
290?
Roughly.
That was always Eric Wade's question. What's the cut and fill?
15 to 20 trucks?
Yeah, 25 trucks. Yeah.
Why would they be bringing in when they'd be taking out?
So how much fill are we bringing in?
290.
290 cubic yards.
Where's it say that? Which plan is that?
The page above this one. Zoning, the wrong zoning map on it.
That's mine, is this one?
Yeah, down here. 290.
Cut surface.
A lot of fill.
Yeah, because the trucks hold 25 yards, right?
20 to 25, yeah.
So that's 30 trucks.
25.
I don't think that's the total volume.
We want to go to that.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to close this, they got a bunch of changes. I'll tell you right now, I won't close it.
Okay. If you vote up close.
It's roughly 200.
I would rather see Joe Canis on this one too,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Has it added significant criteria?
200, not 290?
It's 200.
This says 289.29.
Which copy is that?
Big, big,
289.9. Anyway.
This is-
Progress print, this is dated.
This is the one that's July 24th. Project.
that's the problem.
This guy right here. Yes.
2 days ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 24th I've got 290 point.
I think that difference probably accounted for the grading that was added over the Cultex. One of Joe Canis's comments, it was to make it H20 rated, so there was a little more grading done.
Curse ranges issue, patio elevation shown on plans. Covered just yard drain has been extended positive runoff free, common trust swale, is a region preferred shown. Where's the swale, Wayne?
It's in the front. It's in the front, it's elevation, it's the contours 136 and 138.
Say it again?
The contours 136 and 138 in the front, you'll see it. The 136 contour sort of connects to the house,
This guy right at 138.
and the 138
136, it's like.
is kind of close to the driveway.
Yeah. Kinda like somewhere over.
So
Here,
there's
you
a-
got here. This little guy right there.
This is different.
Yeah. Somewhere right over there.
And that's, this swale's over where the propane tank is?
Well, the contour is away from the propane tank.
Is the propane tank buried?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many gallons is a propane tank?
It's 500.
Say they can't have it in the front yard, unburied.
Yeah. Change that law.
Change that.
Yeah, it would fight me too. I was looking for kettle of fish. Okay. We good for now? We'll go to general public? All right, you guys good for now?
Sure.
Want me to say anything, you guys? Would anybody in the public like to speak to this application? Please, welcome. Come on up. Just state your name and affiliation for the record.
Christy Chataway. We are the house that's kind of behind Jody-ish more.
Okay.
So on the lower
Which
end of the
address
lot.
then?
So I guess we
What's
just
your
have.
address?
23 Edgerton.
23 Edgerton.
Okay.
So I guess we just have some questions about, concerns about the size. The lots were combined. It's kind of a unique property in that it's about 2 stories higher than where our yard is. So then if you added tall in order to get the 5,500 square feet, 3-story property, it's like being next to a 5-foot building, and in the winter, those are all deciduous trees. So there's, 3 patios or, 2 decks and a patio. It's a lot of, it's just a big change, which maybe is fine, I don't know. I guess one of the biggest concerns for the lower neighbors is flooding, because we have had our basement flooded twice, our neighbors have had it flooded, and I'm not sure how the Coltex system works exactly. Does it then direct the water up towards Noroton Ave, and then if
Supposed to
they're,
go into the ground.
so it's gonna just dissipate?
What a Coltex system does is it collects the water, quote unquote, during the rainstorm, and then when it stops raining, it's supposed to dissipate into the ground. That's why you do a thing called a perk test, which is a percolator test, to see if the soils can take it. So what the Coltex system does is it takes the water that's going down the hill on the house in the driveway, it holds it into this bathtub, then the bathtub fills up, and then when the rain stops, the bathtub's supposed to empty into the ground. So it's never supposed to leave the property and go onto your property.
Okay, so it'll just be right.
That's the way it's designed to do it,
Okay.
yes.
All right,
That's what
so-
the regulation says.
For the capture of the square footage change, that they can't prevent water that's going to take a 22-foot drain, which would be a sheet flow, which was an empty meadow. The water that's going to shed off of that towards your property is still going to shed off towards your property. Their obligation is to make sure they can contain based on the new building. So the impervious surface and the coverage that they are proposing, they need to capture that incremental change from a flat, fresh meadow, and that's how their systems are designed, the Coltex systems.
Right, but like on our property, we have 4 drains, but they go out to the street.
Mm-hmm.
But so here, they're just kind of getting contained and then,
Correct, that's the theory.
And then they dissipate down underneath the Coltex into the ground.
so can we anticipate more water coming, more runoff and,
No, it's, right now, there's no drainage system there, right? So they're installing a 2, 4, 6,
12.
8, 10, 12, plus this thing.
Yep.
Plus this, they're installing a, how many feet is that thing? I can't really tell. How many feet long is the Coltex system?
It's
Wayne?
probably about 48 feet long and approximately 8 feet
8
wide.
feet wide?
I
Yeah.
can tell you it's 914 cubic feet.
You gotta come closer, we can hear you. But so the bathtub they're putting underground is like 50 by 10, right? And it's, how many feet deep is it, Wayne?
It's about 4 feet deep. The bottom is about 4 feet deep from the.
So they put, it's like a plastic thing goes like this, and that whole thing fills up with water. That's supposed to capture all the water off the house and off the driveway, right? What we were asking earlier for was about yard drains, which is the sheet flow that you're talking about.
okay.
And right now, there's no yard drain proposed.
There is a yard drain. Look at Joe Candace's comments.
Where did he put it? That's what Wayne didn't have it though.
So it flows uphill then, that drain,
No,
or?
it flows downhill. Flows downhill into that big giant tub,
Okay.
and then once that fills up, then it flows downhill again.
Do we know where this yard drain is? Is it in front of the Coltex or behind the Coltex?
It's in front, toward the front of the property.
So which is
So the
junction
Coltech
box?
collects both,
Coltex collect what comes off the roof.
okay,
And the driveway.
And some of the stuff on the
And
driveway.
All the impervious surfaces.
But
okay.
to your first question, yeah, it's effectively from the rear view, it's effectively a 3-story house.
5-story,
No,
from
3 stories.
3 from Noroton, because
It's
it's
2 from
already
the,
2 up
2 from
And
the road and
then-
3 from you.
Okay, so it's like, for us, it's 5 for, if you're on
What-
Noroton Avenue.
You keep saying 5, but why you say 5?
Because this Noroton Ave is a lot higher than Edgerton Street. It's like 2 houses. Like the top of our house would be like the bottom of Jody's house. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's 3 stories.
But if you're looking up at his house,
Yeah.
you're gonna see a sliding glass door going up to the patio, right? On the ground floor. Then you're seeing another sliding glass door going into the kitchen. Then you're seeing another sliding glass door
Right,
going
right.
into the primary bedroom.
Right. No, it's
There
just,
it is.
it's a lot. And like this, I think the attic, it's like 12-foot ceilings
That's it.
almost.
Yeah. They submitted a copy of.
Right, it was 11.9 or something like that. But so then, does the attic, not the finished portion of the attic, that, or the amount that's over 5.5 feet, is that supposed to be,
The way they measure houses in Darien is to the middle of the ridge. So if your house is like this, and that's 12 feet, they only measure to here, so
Mhm.
it's 6 feet. So this extra 6 feet doesn't count, right? So what I'm trying to, I can't, I got.
The height will not be higher than 30
It can't be higher than 30 feet.
What's this side?
but if they're bringing,
What's that to that side?
if they're bringing dirt in to regrade the property a bit?
That's just to
And-
flatten out the backyard.
Let's call it
So it's gonna
21
be
feet.
even higher
21 feet to
then?
here, 31 feet to
They,
there.
by
32,
building code, they
31 and
can't have a
change.
house that's
So
higher
it's gonna be
than 30
43.
feet from the average grade
43. I think.
surrounding
pre-
various,
43 feet.
From the
of their
very
existing
bottom
site.
to the top.
The
but
existing
grade is
site.
gonna start
Of
here.
their
43.
site on the foundation on which they're gonna build this house.
That's what
Okay, so
you'll
the
see,
new
43.
foundation.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
tall house.
So if there's
Right.
an additional 2 feet brought
We're
in,
not
it's
sure
another
that's
2 feet.
And that's why, that's one of the reasons why this application is being heard, is because it's considered a regrading application. Now, would this application be heard if they didn't have to regrade the front? Because the regrading in the back is far enough away from their property line?
No.
That wouldn't trigger it? Is it just the
It
front?
was the regrading in the front, especially near Noroton Avenue. There was some other regrading, I think, maybe near the south. Certainly, when you look at the existing house, it talks about a sill elevation of 137.21.
Mhm.
That's a little deceiving, of course, because the house is much smaller in terms of height.
Yep.
The new house will go generally, the garage will be, the new house is going where the existing house is, and that will be at elevation 137, that garage, and the house is now at 137.
So effectively, it's being built at the same
The
level?
garage will be where the house
Yes.
is now, and the rest of the house will be. So, yes, we will look and make sure that the house complies with building height.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see
Yeah.
that.
Because there's a building height here.
Yeah,
If you add the two numbers up, from the patio to the peak is about 43 feet, which makes sense because the average grade of the site is probably 6 feet up,
Mhm.
and then the roof peak is 6 feet up. So if you take the 43 and do that 12,
You're right at there.
you're right at 31,
Mhm.
which is the house size. But
Um,
yeah, it's 3 stories in the back, and it's 2 stories in the front. It's the same as my father-in-law's house, it was
Right.
down the block and everything.
right. I thought I had read something in the regs about the finish, or like, if you were to look at the maps, the per square footage in the attic that's over 5.5 square feet,
What-
is that supposed to be like no more than 25% of the
You're-
attic?
The house, the regulation's 2.5 stories, right? So you can have first floor, second floor, you can either have it half of the basement
Mm-hmm.
or the half of the attic.
And
Mhm.
half the attic.
You can't, and half of the attic?
Yeah, 49%
Yep.
basement.
So you can finish half the attic relative to the second floor. So if the second floor is what did we say?
2,900 square feet.
2,900 square feet, so the attic can be almost 1,500. The basement can be almost 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
And where the knee wall comes, when they build the attic like this, they put a knee wall in there, and then, so it goes down the middle. That's why you shorten it. Remember they said the footprint of the house is 2,900 square feet? So the attic, the top of the attic is 2,500 square feet, but if you shrink in the walls and you have, space under the dormers,
Or it could just be unfinished space.
right,
Right.
where it can be backwards or forwards.
Right. I'll look back and I can email Jeremy about the particular reg that I'm talking about. But so I guess just overall, obviously, it's a big change for the neighbors, and the biggest concern is obviously the flooding, because
Right.
the water's not being redirected up, it's coming down, so,
Right.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
it's a 25-foot drop.
Yeah,
But the mission of the engineers is that it not increase the flow of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the final conclusion.
if it does, is there some way to,
If it does, we make them come back in a year from now and add more Caltech.
okay,
You do, that's what we
Okay.
do. We had an application last week, the guy was building a 1,000 square foot house on 2.5 acres. The neighbors complained, and they put in 48 Caltechs. This has got 13, and he went from, I think, 42 to 48. You know, so that's a suggestion that may come up. You know, because it's underground, you can't see them,
right, right,
you know, but they're there, but it's belts and suspenders.
okay. Well,
And just to give you clarity, the process is they have an engineer that creates studies, drainage studies that are based on the proposed building, all the runoff that's gonna happen from the houses and the driveways. They design a system for that to capture that incremental runoff, as if it was a flat meadow. And then the town hires a peer review to review who is also engineer, to review that. And so that's the process. So there's two professional sets of eyes that look at, does this in fact capture the incremental water flow? It will
Right.
not capture normal shedding of water that happens off of that slope.
Right.
As if that was an empty field, it's not designed to capture all of that.
Right. I guess it's just wishful thinking that the planning and zoning would, you know, limit the number of like McMansions trying to build on like small lots. But
That's what we do.
I understand that it's within the
20%. That's
guidelines,
why
like,
they're over 20%. I brought that up, so
Right.
the house will have to get smaller.
it's just a unique property because one, it was combined with the lot next door, and then it's so much higher.
Yep.
So there's no, you can't grow trees tall enough to block, you know,
Right.
lights on a patio or deck or what have you, or driveway lights coming in. And the way that it is now, the driveway touches the property line. But I know it doesn't count for setback, so I don't know. It's just such a big house. Like, I don't know why people don't build 3-bedroom houses or 4-bedroom houses.
Yeah.
And 7 bathrooms and 2 rec rooms and a wine room. It's just so big for like what was there, which was a 2-bedroom,
Okay.
single-story
Yeah.
house, yeah.
I mean, we did one a couple of years back. It was built on top of a hill. Built on
Okay.
top of the hill. The people on the bottom of the hill, they got flooded out. They came back.
Yeah.
And we redid it twice.
Yeah.
But this is a similar situation, because I mean, I know, I've been in Jody's house, right? And you drive down his driveway, he parks his car down below, right? But he has a small house. But this has been a construction zone abandoned for a year now, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, so we're trying to get that rectified too.
Right. Okay, well, as long
but
as you
it's-
understand the main sort of concerns.
No, it's 100%. I mean, that's why we look at the height of the house, the lot coverage, and the setbacks. And everything has to fit inside that envelope, right? It's gotta be 25 feet setbacks on either side. Can't be to the street, can't go too far back, can't be too high. This, yes, it hits the top of every single marker.
Yeah, like if it was flat, if the properties were flat, it wouldn't be such a big deal, but I think because it's so much raised, then it's like
Right,
significantly taller.
right. And your house is, so the second floor of your house matches up with the first floor of Jody's house?
It's probably our roof, you know, it's right around there.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else want to speak to this application?
Yeah, sure.
Sure,
So we can vote on any of this other stuff. I gotta leave it.
okay.
We can just close this and keep it
I
open.
want this. Hi, how are you? Ken Fiveson, 27 Edgerton Street. I live next door to Christie. I don't have many new points, but you know, I will say that the owners have been accommodative and responsive, and I have no issues with them. I'm equally concerned about flooding, so I'm literally right next to them, so I look right up at the red house that's getting knocked down. That is uphill.
Yep, I see it.
You know, we've had some water issues in the past where water pools along our back line. You You know, obviously, we're going from a 700 square foot house to a 5,500 square foot house. I know it's not your concern, but there were a lot of mature trees that were taken down. We still don't know the impacts of that. I'm personally concerned that the Coltex system is not going to do what it's supposed to do. I know the engineers say, 50-year storm, I mean, every year the water gets worse, and, we are right downhill from that system. If their Coltex system was in their front yard, I would feel better about it, because then their front yard's going to get flooded or go to the street. But if
The context has to be downhill.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, you can't, because the water flows this way, so it comes
Right.
off the house. You can't make it
go the other
go
way.
up.
Right, because usually I think like
Sometimes they put in two.
Oh, okay. Oh, back and front. Yeah, like front at least I'm like, it'll go into the road. This, I think, if it overflows, will go right into our like property line. So I hope it works.
The road
but-
is 3 feet above.
It's
It
a
could never
physical
go uphill.
possibility.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a
Coltex
physical
relies on
possibility.
gravity.
Yeah. So what? So if it overflows though, it's just going to go.
But you can put the roof drains.
Where's it gonna go?
You can put
Just
the
sit
roof
there,
drains
or-
in the front cortex.
Yeah.
So that's my concern. I just want to, for the record, say I'm concerned about the flooding. She made a lot of the same points, but that's all I want to say.
Yeah, the Top of Hill guys, it's the same thing. We
Yeah.
had 3 engineers come in, and the first 2 were wrong.
Right. Okay.
And one of the guys was actually here tonight. He, sorry I missed.
Okay. Yeah. So
But
just.
there's 3 engineers that look at it.
Okay. Sounds good.
But we're gonna end up leaving this one open, because I would like to hear
Appreciate it.
directly from Candace.
Thank
And
you.
then, give them a chance to address many of the other concerns.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
September 2,
Okay.
next commission meeting.
You good? You want to keep it open, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
this.
Okay. Alrighty, so Wayne or applicant, we're gonna keep this open, for the next meeting. So it's gonna be September 2nd, or whatever it is.
Tuesday, September 2nd, 7 PM in this room.
Yep.
And
You have to
you
address
heard the
that.
commission's concerns, building height, building coverage, drainage, grading, details on the patio elevation, top of walls, bottom of walls.
Where the walls are.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
To be clear, though, I mean, I do think it's important for us to state that we're not changing regulations on them. So that
No.
they meet regulations,
Yep,
we are.
we would just
Yeah.
want clarity that they meet the 30-foot building height, the
Yep.
2.5 stories, the coverage, so details on the basement and attic space.
Got it.
Besides the coverage,
You have to
sorry,
come, you have to come up.
sorry.
You gotta be on
Yeah.
TV and the microphone.
Okay, so besides the coverage concern, which we've noted and we'll address, I don't think there's a building height concern. 'cause I
It's just
think we
not
meet-
marked on the survey.
Right, so
The
we'll
surveyor
update to
didn't call out
reflect.
the calculated height,
Yeah,
and we want to make sure he can get us the detailed calculations.
yes,
Similarly, on coverage, if
All
you're
of
gonna
those.
cut back the deck, make it a little smaller, give yourself, show that on the revised plans.
And then all of Joe Canis's comments.
And then Joe had a number of
reflect
comments.
those.
You can reflect those as well. And then I would recommend you just watch the Channel 79 video and kind of go through and hear the comments again.
Yes,
So revised plans, make sure that Wayne's plans match the survey, make sure the survey is not a progress print, that it's a final survey with the revised plans. You're gonna need the architectural details, Wayne's details,
yes.
and then the surveyor do the recalculation on the zoning
Okay.
chart.
Okay, thank you.
See you
Wayne, I
September
would-
2nd.
I would look into splitting the Celtic systems, like the front of the house towards the street
How do you
side.
do a Coltex system in the front when they're 3 feet below the
Yeah, we really
yard, when they're
can't.
3 feet below the street? I think it's impossible.
Yeah, we really can't put them in the front.
It's not a possibility.
There's also the utilities there, it's kind of crowded in the front and not a lot
You're
of
putting
room.
the
And it's
the
not a good
propane
idea to
tank in
put
front. You're putting the
The
propane tank in
Caltech
front.
But you're
system
not relying on
upgraded
gravity.
with
Chairman, we
foundation.
need to move on.
Yeah,
You're not relying on
let's
gravity.
move it.
We're gonna extend it anyway.
Yep, move it on.
Yeah, just one thing I want to
I
point out. I
know.
wanted to
We
make.
gotta move on, Wayne, sorry. General meeting.
Next. All right, we're good to go to the general meeting, deliberations and possible decision on the following. Business site plan application number 24-AH, special permit number PL 25-103, Happy Mountain LLC, Yale, New Haven, Urgent Healthcare, 25 Old Kings Highway North, Old Kings Market, proposal to establish a new 4,415 square foot plus or minus square foot in the other Haven Health Urgent Care Clinic with the first floor space formerly occupied by Pet Valu. In our packets, we got a draft resolution. Any quick questions, comments, typos, scrivener's errors on this one?
Good to me.
I did not find any.
This was pretty straightforward on this one.
Move we approve it.
Motion to approve is here. You got a second? All in favor? 3-0. What else written? Done. Okay, next. What do we got next? Business site plan application permit, 84-B, special permit application 342, also known as PL 25-107. Bojadzic Construction LLC at 173 Noroton Avenue, proposed to establish a new home contractor's office in a 3,100 square foot plus or minus square foot multi-level floor space formerly occupied by Autobody. Hearing closed on July 15th. In our package, we got a draft resolution on this one. Is that this one? Or is
Yep.
it right here? Any questions, comments, scrivener's errors on this one? It was done by Burr Architects. It's pretty simple. They did a really nice building. I think it looks kind of lousy today.
It's gonna be a nice one. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be great improvement.
Motion, you make a motion to approve?
Yeah.
Amy makes a motion to approve, looking for a second. Adam makes a second, all in favor? 4-0. That one's done. Next one, land filling regrading application number 590, also known as PL 25-91, Kevin and Diane Delaney at 63 Inwood Road, proposes to construct a new single-family dwelling, construction of a driveway, patio, terraces, and perform related site development activities regarding the property, installation of new well, septic system, stormwater management. Excuse me, in our packets, we got a draft resolution on this one. This is the 1,050 square foot house on like two acres of land.
2,000 acres.
They put in 48 Caltech units. And the guy that lived next door.
They've got an
is
underground
the
bunker
son.
to retain all of that.
Any questions, comments, typos, scrivener's errors on this one?
That was good.
No, this is good.
Well, we're looking for a motion to approve as submitted. George makes the motion, Adam makes the second, all in favor? That's 4-0. Okay. Next one up for bid, site plan application number 105 D's and David, special permit application number 252B, land filling regrading application number 574A, also known as PL 25-49, Old Kings Highway North, number 104 LLC, Old Kings Highway North, number 108 LLC, at 104 and 108 Old Kings Highway North. Proposals to raise two existing vacant residential/office buildings on the subject properties, merge the two lots, and redevelop the property as a multifamily residential, and perform related site development activities, including the regrading of the property, construction of parking, installation of landscaping, lighting, stormwater management. The applicant proposed to construct two 3-story multifamily apartment buildings, each with 4 two-bedroom dwelling units, a total of 8 dwelling units, including 1 deed restricted unit. Hearing closed on July 8, 2024. In your packets, you got a draft resolution on this one, dated today. This was, to me, a very thought-after and fully worked-out application. Any questions, comments, typos, scrivener's errors on this one?
We are requiring the payment of fee in lieu, is that right?
Yeah, for the 1.12.
$428,208 for the record.
Nice.
Looking for a motion to approve as submitted. Adam makes a motion, George made the second, all in favor? 4-0.
All right.
Approved, fantastic.
All right, I'm out of here, guys.
At this point, the record show that Mr. Vice Chairman Adam Balgash has left the room.
Did you want to go into other business just to discuss the Parklands item?
All right.
That one?
Do it real fast.
Okay, we're gonna go to other business, change, well, first have to change the agenda. Can I make a motion to change the agenda? Amy made the motion, George makes, Adam makes a second, okay, we're gonna do other business. In other business, we wanna look at, do you have that piece of paper for me, Fred? Have you copied?
Yes.
We did a resolution dated, what's the date of it?
2022. It's the adopted corrected resolution dated February 24th, 2022, and we were looking at condition X.
Condition X, as an X-ray, states, I'm just gonna read it, so everyone knows what we're talking about. As noted in section 856 of the Darien Zoning Regulations, no processing, sorting, crushing, mixing, fabrication of rock or gravel or construction debris or other similar activities shall be engaged in or operated on the site. I would look for a motion to allow them to do rock crushing on that and change this for a set period of time. If they do it, though, I want to make sure that rock crushing has some kind of water injection that has the dust from flying all over the place. Okay, is that good with everybody?
Sure, until October 31st.
Till October 31st, which is Halloween.
Halloween.
Okay, nice.
There we
Okay.
go.
George, you make that motion, sir?
Yes.
Okay, okay. You guys can work out the detail of the wording, but that's the gist of it. So,
October 31st with dust management,
with dust management, so on item X on the resolution,
modified.
we're gonna modify X to allow rock crushing and processing of the existing gravelly construction debris that's there for the period of time with dust management.
Yep.
Okay? George made the motion, you made a second, all in favor?
4-0,
4-0.
thank you.
Okay. All righty,
Do we need to do the Mather real quick?
with that,
Do we need to do the Mather Center, or can
No,
I
I-
wait?
Mather Homestead, they want to have a large event.
Their annual.
When is it?
It's in October.
Okay, so we can do it in September. I gotta
September
get home.
2nd.
They would need to plan, but I'm sure that we're not gonna have a problem with it. Whatever.
yeah.
We do want to do a quick vote to
Yeah,
Yeah,
200 people?
I mean, we've done it every year.
Every year.
Yep.
Same
It's,
extension.
it's good to review this stuff to make sure it's on there. and
Yeah.
It's a
under
precedent.
other business, Mather Homestead, Amy made the motion,
Looking for a second?
Sure.
George makes a
Yeah.
second, all in favor?
4-0.
They got
Yeah.
their people. All right, I'm out of here, guys.
Adjourning.
See you later.
So, yeah, enjoy the cake.
I just hope we can vote to adjourn, can we?
Just leave it open.
Thank you all.
She'll vote for us.
Oh, good. Yes, I'm
All right, all right, the next item on the agenda is approval of minutes.
Well, you don't have quorum.
Yeah, we're gonna punt that. Deliberations only on public hearings closed tonight. I think we can deliberate on something, because he doesn't need to be here.
So you can't deliberate, you don't have a quorum, but I think Fred and I, based on
Yeah.
Sense of the meeting?
the sense of the meeting on One Cove's End, we can draft something for
Right,
September.
Okay,
and that was the only item that we really looked at. We had
that's the only
two.
item that closed.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's that. Minutes, we're gonna pump chairman's report. The only thing I want to say, chairman's report, is that, the two buildings at Heights Road, which are, I call them 80, 90, 100 Heights Road. But they're actually 90, 100, and 188, sold on Friday.
Oh,
The Vacaros purchased them.
okay.
There's a building, the buildings are set to be demoed in short order. So that's gonna be a new change in town. The other big thing that happened in town, which doesn't affect anybody, is the Jaguar Land Rover 2 dealerships sold, also last Friday. It was the family that owned it and leased it to Penske, just sold it to a net lease company. But you're gonna see that, it's like a $13 million sale or something like
Is
that.
that the Miller family still involved in that?
They sold it.
Really?
Yeah, the Miller family
They
was
go way
the
back.
landlord.
Yep.
They sold it.
Change the use or?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna change.
It's just, the
Yeah.
Penske has a lease for 15
Yep.
years or something like
Yep.
that, so they bought a lease.
So even the one behind the car wash, nothing, that was part of the sale?
90, the one that's
So-
behind the car wash, yes,
Yeah,
it's part of the sale.
nothing.
Nothing's gonna happen there. What else? I think that's really it. I just hope everybody has a nice August off. These guys usually work in August, and I usually come up with some crazy project. I'm having hip surgery this August, so I might not have.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We'll see
Good luck.
everyone. So we're adjourned.
Weird.
We're adjourned, yeah.
All right.
Channel 79, we're adjourned.